We are going to find the intervals of increase and decrease for the function y equals x times 5 raised to the x power. So we will hit y equals and then type in the function x times 5 raised to the x power, and then graph it. And then we get something that looks like this, and it is not really clear what's going on, so let's zoom in and see if we can see what is happening here. Now, we can see that the graph seems to bottom out somewhere to the left of the y-axis. And we can figure out where that point is, where it bottoms out, by clicking second, and then calc, and then looking for the minimum value in that interval. So we'll hit 3. It wants us to set a left bound, and we see we have the blinking cursor here. So we'll just hit the left cursor until we get the blinking cursor to trace along the graph somewhere to the left of that point where we think that it seems to bottom out. And then hit enter. Now you see this triangle here that seems to be pointing to the right, and what that is a left boundary point for where it's going to find a minimum value. Now we want to set a right boundary point, so we will move the cursor now to the right and hit enter. Now we've set two boundary values here, so somewhere in between these two boundaries, this is going to now find where this graph is minimum. So we'll hit enter again, and we have now an x value and a y value. Now that x value is the x coordinate of the minimum point for the graph. So the graph is minimum where x is negative 0.62. And what's happening then is the graph is decreasing until we get to where x is negative 0.62, and then increasing where x is greater than minus 0.62. So the interval of decrease would be from negative infinity to negative 0.62, and then the interval of increase would be from negative 0.62 to infinity. The range of this graph then would be negative 0.23, the y value negative 0.23, up to infinity.